Hi, folks. Elgin Subway Surfer Bowling here, your creative caricature marketing consultant. And um, this is the 26th of December. Technically, it's the holiday of Kwanzaa. So, happy Kwanzaa to those of you who celebrate it. But I'm not here to talk about Kwanzaa. I'm here to talk about the ending of the year, especially this year for me, and what I learned on this YouTube channel. I sought this year to bring my numbers back up. I had been ill, still battling illness, but not becoming a slave to it. And as some of you may know, I was so ill that I was so depressed that I stopped drawing totally for years. I had a thriving YouTube channel, at least I thought I did. I had well over 3,000 subscribers, loyal subscribers, but I suddenly stopped because I got depressed. And when I came back, YouTube had changed tremendously, and I had to catch up. I decided that I'd wanted to go out of this life, with purpose and with doing something that I love so much and something that gave so much joy to others. If we get cut off, I'm just going to leave the video as is and continue on another broadcast. Continuing on, so I wanted to do that, and so I came back to YouTube, and when I did, I found out that the landscape digitally had totally changed. I'm usually long-winded, contemplated, and I usually take my time speaking. Don't talk very fast. My words are measured, and you guys know that who've been with me for years. And when I came back to the online community, I noticed that there was this thing called shorts, which totally went against the grain for me. The short was a 1 minute, I call it infomercial because that's what it seemed like to me, where you had to be funny, insightful, thought-provoking, and amazing. And I found it a tremendous challenge to try to be myself, only faster. And I stumbled around trying to make this thing work. And I didn't really believe online when they said this was the wave of the future. And so I tried it with some trepidation, making mistakes at first, but then I began to see that my numbers began to pick up. And the more I did it, the better I got, until I came to the point where I was as comfortable doing these 1 minute videos, than I was doing the long form videos. I also found out how to make my messages more precise, more concise, which I guess is a synonym, and but more pointed. I noticed that in prior videos, I was way too long-winded and perhaps loved to hear myself talk, that I was getting away maybe from the message and maybe even alienating viewers who just wanted information. So again, I tried this thing with YouTube, and the shorts just amazed me. And it brought in a whole new audience for me, which was amazing. The vast majority of my new subscribers were people who got addicted to my shorts. So I'm truly grateful for that, and I will continue that in the future. I also found that and I still kind of feel this way. If I'm wrong, please in the comments section tell me. I also found out that I couldn't quite do the caricature videos anymore. My vision was limited. It was a challenge to draw. I certainly couldn't draw live anymore, and I really didn't know how to do that aspect, of what I was doing before. So I had to search for creative ways to do that in the form of lecture. I learned to streamline my drawing, my cartoon drawing, because that was something that I could do. And I look at my old videos of what I used to do, and it truly, to me, seems like another person. When you start losing um, parts of yourself and you look back at your life, you can see two things. Number one, I saw how amazing I was. And also, I could see that, well, how can I, well, what can I say? I saw how amazing the work looks, but there was also a sense of sadness and loss because I realized that that was a different person back then. I could never do that again. And that's not being melancholy. It's just a truth I had to face. And so I learned this year that you have to be yourself no matter what stage of life you're at. You must be yourself because who else are you going to be? And your alternative is to do what I was doing, alone in your room, sitting in your chair, staring at the TV, not caring, not comprehending, just checking out of life and slowly dying. So I learned that. I also learned very recently with an experiment that I did that if you want people to get interested in your channel, you have to choose a subject that people are really interested in. Now, you think that should be a no-brainer. Caricature was the subject most people were interested in when I was doing it, the way I was doing it. And so I did that. But as a departure, and this is only a departure for my fans out there who still want to see fans, forget it. For the people that I share with who still want to see caricature drawing and caricature and cartoon instruction. Haven't left that, haven't abandoned that. But I did something different. I started criticizing a beloved martial arts classic, Enter the Dragon, and it was entitled like a 12 episode series of why I hate Enter the Dragon. And these were legitimate gripes about Enter the Dragon that I had. I was a Bruce Lee fan, like most of the people in my generation in the 70s. But there were some gaps in the movies with the characters and everything, and I sought to attack that. I thought that it would be something that would resonate with all of the martial arts fans, the Bruce Lee aficionados around the nation, around the world perhaps, and it didn't disappoint. Those series of videos came up at last count, over 6,000 people have viewed into that. And it's only like something like what, about 2-3 weeks old. So the comments are still coming in. People are still responding to that. Now, I did that not because I was converting to a martial arts channel, but I did that, number one, because the martial arts has been a part of my life as long as I've been a visual artist. So the two were intertwined. I said, well, this is a physical art form, and it is a part of me, and so why not put that up there? And that's what I decided to do. And the results have been tremendous. So I realized you have to connect with something, with a subject that resonates with people on a deeper level, that they want to defend it, that they want to debate it, they want to talk about it. And it's up to you to find out what that subject is and how you can communicate it and why you are an authority on it. Anything that you choose to do online, you have to consider yourself the authority on it and that your voice matters. And you'll get tremendous results. Like I said, I got over 6,000 views. I ended up getting, at this count, it was 44 subscribers and counting. You know, the numbers come in daily, and it takes a while for YouTube to calculate everything and give me the true numbers. But they're climbing, and I did this also because I said, from what I understood, in order to monetize, you have to have a certain amount of views. I don't get how that's calculated, but at the end of the year, I suppose that YouTube tallies everything up, and when you approach them, they tell you if you made the number or not. And so this was a Hail Mary way of getting those numbers up. And whether it causes me to become qualified to do monetization, well, I can honestly say that I gave it the good college try, the old college try. And that's something I also learned this year. Do your best. Whatever your best is, be yourself, your true self, whatever that is, because life is short. And there's a lot to be sad and sorrowful about, but there's also a lot to be enjoyed and explored. One of my hopes, this may sound morbid, but when I'm gone, I'd like for my children and my grandchildren, hopefully, to look at the volume of work that I've created online and the words that I've spoken into this camera, that they could read it and listen to it and say, this is what Grandpa did. This is what my father did. This is the person that I didn't understand, really. Because when I'm communicating on this camera, when I'm talking to you, this is my truest self, the best that I can be, and sometimes the worst that I can be. But it is my authentic self. And so I challenge you and encourage you to be the best self you can be online. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. And there's more to come. This is Elgin, Subway Surfer Bowling, your creative caricature marketing consultant.